What's up guys, it's Larry aka Faggoman back with another video on Zenyte RSPS. This time we're bringing back the guide for Zammy Remastered Solo Zammy God Wars Dungeon. This is a guide for you to solo Zammy anywhere from 10 to 20 kills. 10 kills is pretty consistent with this gear setup, with this inventory setup as well. Obviously in this clip I'm using Armadillo. It's just something I was testing out for this trip. Because I just recently got the Armadillo chain skirt. I kind of wanted to see if it would allow me to be tankier because I have extremely good accuracy bonus with the arc light and also being on task. But after testing it and seeing how it works, I think Carol's is full Carol's top and bottom is just fine. So in terms of the inventory setup, you're going to want at least 5 restores. 2 to 3 brews is okay. It all depends on how panicky you get. The more panicky you are, the more misclicks you have, the more you're going to be eating. But once you get more comfortable, the inventory setup that I have right now is really good. An ancient staff or a master one so you can auto cast blood barrage once the kill's done. The whip I bring just so that I can kill the minions without wasting arc light charges or tent charges. Being on a task and having the arc light is extremely important for this method. It's going to allow you to kill Zammy as fast as possible, and therefore extending your trips and not using as much food. The Dragon Warhammer also is like the key to this method. Landing a single Dragon Warhammer spec on Zammy is just crucial. It just makes the kill go by so much faster. You're going to need the antidote for the anti-poison for sure, unless you're not on task and just use a Serp Helm. You only need 1 super combat potion because you're going to be picking up super strengths and super attack pots as the minions or the boss drops them. And finally, the reason why I bring a Dragon Defender instead of like a DFS or a Crystal Shield or a Tank Shield or something like that is because the accuracy bonus that the Dragon Defender gives makes the kills go by so much faster, which in turn allows you to get more kills in a single trip because you're not going to be taking as much damage from Zammy because it's not alive for as long. So with all the gear and supplies explained, we can go ahead and jump into our first kill. But before we enter the room, you're going to want to antidote, super combat, hit that imbued heart if you have one. Put on your spec weapon, set up your quick praise, get your spec actually turned on, and right before you enter the room, click on your fire cape, then enter the room and spec Zammy right away. And the first thing that you're gonna want to do is walk under him. After that, you're just going to be following a straightforward 2 hits walk under method. 2 hits, walk under, 2 hits, 1, 2, walk under, and then again, 1, 2. Now you can have your left click settings to be right click. Personally, I don't like that. So you can just right click the floor, either 2 squares, 1 square, or 3 squares in front of you. I like to do 2 squares in front of you. That's just always what works for me. If you can notice there, it's 2 squares in front of me. And you're going to want to be rotating your camera just so that you can see clearly where you're walking, because that's probably the most difficult thing about walking under is there's so much shit happening with all the other minions. You can misclick. Sometimes there's like even drops on the floor, so that can confuse you. If I right click a drop, let's say it's ashes or something like that, and it's right where I need to walk, I don't like adjust my mouse, I just pick it up. But yeah, once you kill Zammy, the first thing I do is I kill the mage minion first, and then after that, I'll blood barrage the ranged minion and the melee minion. So we'll kill the mage minion really quickly. I use Piety, switch back to the whip obviously, and here I'm praying range because I just wanted to see if the Armadillo was going to be tankier against the mage minion. Wasn't really that good. And a common misconception is blood barrage going to work with full tank on. As long as you're not -65 magic attack bonus, you will be very accurate, or pretty accurate at least, on the range and melee minions with barraging. As you can see here, I'm pretty much hitting every single barrage. It's really only the mage minion that you can't blood barrage too often because it has a high mage defense bonus. So yeah, what we're going to do here is similar to if you saw my Sarah guide. We're going to save one of the minions. Actually not in this clip actually, because we're going to use the altar this first round. But typically we're going to save one of the minions so that we don't have to worry about it all next kill. We can minimize the damage that we're taking. So we kill both minions the first kill, use the altar. Why not? It's there. To really maximize your trips, you need to maximize your restores. 10 kills is pretty consistent with this inventory setup, but if you want to squeeze up to 20 kills, you really need to get the super restore drops from Zammy. So we're going to spec it, walk under, wait a second, then misclick. Second hit on Krill, walk under, wait a sec, 1, 2, see here, it's a little bit hectic, so get that walk under correct, 1, oh, we went a little too early, 1, 2, walk under, 1, 2, walk under, 1, 2, walk under, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the basic method. Juggling the minions and doing blood barrage and all this other stuff is basically just to extend your solo trips, but this is the basic strategy for just killing Zammy. Again, we're gonna attack the mage minion first, protect magic on this one because it is pretty accurate. If you want, you can try and preflick the minions. It's not too difficult, but the tick speed's a little bit off on Zenyte, so it's not always perfect. You're going to want to keep your HP above 30. Here I was like a little bit risking it. You can get stacked out like a 15-15 from the other two minions. Just be careful. Then you're going to want to drag the melee minion close to the ranger so they stack on top of each other, and go ahead and blood barrage them. Heal up, take off your other praise like piety or whatever. And here you can try and flick both, or you can just flick one. I'm kind of being lazy here and just leaving my prayer on. If I was flicking, I could have probably extended my trip a little bit longer. So in this clip, we're going to be saving the range minion, which is Zachinal Glitch or whatever his fucking name is, Zachinal Glitch. So we kill the melee minion. Range minion has like 5 HP left. We're going to leave it there and just kind of waste our prayer points. And it's okay. I would highly recommend picking up the Wines of Zammys. They do stock up. People are buying them like 10 to 20k each nowadays. It's crazy. But yeah, I like to save them for myself because I'm a hoarder. Again, pick up the super restore and super attack potions if they're dropped by the minion. And when there's 3 seconds left, 2, 1, that's when you're going to want to kill the minion. Here I did it a little bit late. And then ideally you would have your spec back, but if not, just go ahead and hit him with your arc light. 1, 2, walk under. 1, 2, walk under. So now the only damage that we're taking is from the mage minion and Zammy's special attack, which is breaking through the prayer, and also the mage attack. Now, I don't know if you guys watched my other Zammy guide where it was kind of like a written overlay on top of some video footage, but Zammy's like special attack is that he can hit through your melee prey. So I think it's one of the like few NPCs in RuneScape that can actually hit through overhead prayers. And also it's going to make a sound like raw. It's going to say something like that. And then it drains your prayer by 50%, no matter where it is. So right there, it just did it. Luckily, I was only at like 16 prayer points, so it only drained me 8 prayer points. So for that reason, I typically don't like to drink my prayer potions until like I'm 2 or 3 or sometimes even 1 prayer point. This way, because sometimes you can drink a prayer point and then it drains it by half right away. So there's no point in, safing up your prayer points. So we just finished that kill. We did drag the melee minion into the major here to see if we can heal off the major and the melee at the same time. But as you can see, we're splashing a decent bit on the major, but we're hitting on the meleeer. But it's not too bad, especially with the imbued magic cape and the imbued heart. So here we switch to just focusing the melee minion because the mage minion is kind of running low on HP. So sometimes if it gets really low on HP, but it's not close enough, like if it's too low that I can't whip it safely, then sometimes I'll just take off my whip and kick it or punch it or whatever, so I can like pretty much 95% chance that I'll one-hit it when the timer drops to about 3 seconds. Got a rune sword here, it's kind of a rip. Not too rare from Zammy though, but it's not amazing to see. But yeah, this is pretty much the method. So we're saving the mage minion, you can pray flick here again. And yeah, it's basically it. So in this trip, in this video, I actually end up doing a 13 kill trip, which is not my PB. Here, 3 seconds left, kill it, melee prey, pot up, D Warhammer spec, walk under, arc light, 1 and 2, walk under. And that's basically it. So it's super easy once you get it down. You don't need to panic. Obviously, you know, keep your HP high. The biggest mistake that you can make is getting smited, because that's going to totally fuck you up. But also, if you are low HP, just stand under him for a little bit. Walk 2 to 3 squares ahead of yourself and just chill under Zammy. Eat a food. Wait for him to walk all the way out. Don't click him and chase him again, because that's going to waste some of your ticks. If you guys know what I'm talking about, just stand under him. Let him walk out, like push him out. And then, you know, after he starts attacking you, you can just attack him back. So that's pretty much the method. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything like that. I'll probably write up some tips towards the end of this video, but I'm going to leave you with a sped up montage here of the rest of the trip so you guys can get a good feel of it. You know, a lot of people have been asking me to put out a guide like this for Zammy. They think it's, you know, they're saying like, you know, I can barely get 2 kills a trip. And that's kind of how I was too. If you look back at my other videos, I was really max getting like 4, maybe 5 kills a trip after they fixed the minion safe spot. So this is actually really nice. Blood Barrage, D Warhammer, Slayer Task, Arclight. It's super OP, super easy. The best trip I've ever gotten, like I said, is 18 kills in a single trip. I want to beat that. I want to get it on vid, 20 KC in a single trip solo. But yeah, best of luck to you guys. Good luck on getting those drops. I'm hunting the pet. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoy the montage. Peace.
So I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. Oh, so I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. Oh, so I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. I made you fall slowly. I made you fall slowly. Oh, so I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. Oh, so I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. Oh, so I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. I made you fall slowly. I made you fall slowly. Oh, so I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. Oh, so I'll be your reason. We won't talk again. Oh, so I'll be your reason.
Girls get me every time. Them slick girls could get every time. Them slick girls get me every time. Them slick girls could get every time. She like